1 in 10 county councils in England is facing effective bankruptcy, putting vital services at risk. That's the warning from the County Councils Network, which says local government is under pressure because of inflation and rising demand for services. It comes after Birmingham City Council was forced to dramatically cut spending in September after declaring itself effectively bankrupt. Here's our political correspondent, Alex Forsyth.
How's things going today?
What's happening now? And how are you feeling?
The phones ring constantly in the fostering team at Derbyshire County Council.
There's been issues around school and everything, so just checking to see if you're all right.
This is a busy department. Demand is rising and there's a shortage of foster carers. Supporting the county's vulnerable children is piling pressure on stretched budgets.
At any one point, our team is probably dealing with 100 potential children needing to come into care, and we haven't got them homes for them children. We absolutely want to try and do the best for our children, really, but there is a limit to that as well, and obviously that needs to come with more funding. So it is sort of at crisis level at the moment, really.
The body that represents county councils, like the one here in Derbyshire, says these spiralling costs are pushing some to the brink. 1 in 10 are worried about balancing their budgets this year. Other authorities are saying costs of social care and housing are becoming unsustainable. And while councils can't technically go bankrupt, they can reach the point where they can't spend on anything but the services they have to provide by law. That can mean significant cuts elsewhere.
It's not all councils, but across England we've spoken to dozens who say while they're not at that point yet, the future looks bleak. Hampshire has said its budget's stretched to breaking point. Windsor and Maidenhead is introducing emergency controls on spending, and Coventry says local government stands on the precipice of financial disaster, to name just a few.
We need to ask tough questions about governance and about decision making. And I think what we're seeing is more and more quote-unquote well-run councils telling us that they're moving much closer to the edge. If councils fall over, the pressure on the NHS increases massively, the pressure on the police increases massively. These are vital services that people rely on in their day-to-day life.
The government points to more than £5 billion of increased funding available this year and says it monitors pressures on all councils and stands ready to talk to any concerned about their financial position, adding that councils are ultimately responsible for the management of their own finances. Back in Derbyshire, spending on everything from road maintenance to staff overtime is under the microscope and could be scaled back.
Most building materials have gone up by 50%.
They need to save £46 million by April.
They are scary numbers, yeah, absolutely. Thousands of people rely on our services. We've got to be able to keep going, yeah. We've got to keep the wheels on this wagon.
Here, they're confident they can, but others are warning they're running out of road